Hi, this is Marissa of Marissa1R1S.com and owner and founder of Marissa Coaches. I wanted to come on here real quick just to introduce myself and to reintroduce myself. Some of you may know me. I was born and raised in New York, moved out to Boulder, Colorado, and then moved to Florida, St. Augustine and Jacksonville, and then moved back to New York, to Brooklyn, and now I'm in Long Island. So some of you may know me from New York, Boulder, or Florida, or past jobs, working at NYMEX, working in advertising. Who else might know me from working in real estate, property management, different property management companies. So some of you may know me, some of you might not know me. I've held many different jobs, and that brings me to the beginning of my journey of self-discovery. You know, where I was asking myself, I was driving home from the first day of a brand new job. And in my mind, that brand new job was the job. My expectation of that job was, this is the job that I'm going to retire from. This is the job. And the first day was an utter disappointment in more ways than one. And I drove home from that first day asking myself, what the fuck is wrong with me? It was I had feelings of not being able to do anything right, not being able to say anything right. My home life, my work life, my social life was lackluster. My attempts in building happiness and building a productive and abundant life, I felt like I was falling short. I felt like I was incapable of being happy, of feeling good about who I was and what I was trying to accomplish in my life. Who doesn't want a great, healthy marriage, a great career that affords them a lifestyle that they dream about, that they want? Financial freedom. That's huge for us. That's such a priority and top of the list for so many of us, because it's what that financial freedom affords us. Not just traveling and shopping and not looking at the price tag, but freedom of your time, flexibility with time, not stressed about debt and credit score, and being able to provide for your family, for yourself, being able to provide the necessary needs that we need to survive. So, I felt like I got a better job. I was making more money. And I just felt like a waste of a human being, because my attempts in going towards this life, this happy, abundant, financial free life, fell short on this first day. So I felt like I was destined to have this shitty job. I felt like in order for me to fit in, I would just need to stay silent. I could no longer be me. I could no longer be funny, goofy, the outgoing me. I had to stay silent. I had to do what everybody else was doing, in order to be and fit in order to be happy. I was afraid of being me. I was afraid of being Marissa. And I lost sight of that. If you're on live, let me know you're here. It would definitely help me out. So the first day of that job was, in a nutshell, my new boss firing the young woman that was training me. And it was in a very explosive, abusive manner. And from someone who is an abuse survivor, it triggered, and unbeknownst to me, I was triggered because I wasn't thinking of my past abuse, but it triggered something in me. And it didn't feel good. It didn't sit right with my values. For one, I felt like I needed this job. And I did. I needed to pay bills. My husband's job was coming to a close at the end of the year. And I needed this job to pay bills and to support and to be the financial support for the family. So I felt obligated and I felt stuck, even though what I was witnessing went against my values and my beliefs of treating people with kindness, talking to people the same way you would, regardless of if they're the janitor in the building, the developer of the building, or the CEO in the building. And the way she spoke to this young woman and the fact that I couldn't or didn't stand up crushed my spirit. It crushed my soul. It crushed what I value and what I've been a firm believer in standing up for others, in not bullying, not being mean, but showing kindness, being loving, understanding. So fast forward, working at this toxic job in this toxic environment, I remember turning over in bed, just dealing with so much in my marriage, with this job, and within myself, turning over in bed, having those thoughts of being a burden and just ending it, just no longer wanting to be in this life, feeling like I was a waste of a human being. And I turned over in bed and I saw my son sleeping next to me. And I remember that week that he was in the NICU for having seizures. See, we're all born with a strength, an innate strength, a self-confidence that's unfathomable. My son, his strength in surpassing whatever ailed him, whatever caused those seizures, his strength defeated those seizures. His strength brought him home to me, to my husband. So we all are born with this strength, with this confidence. Where the hell does it go? Where does that unsurmountable strength and confidence go from being able to survive and come out of NICU as a baby, as a newborn, to questioning your worth and asking yourself, what the fuck is wrong with me as you've grown, as an adult? the strength is always there. The strength is always there. It's the outside influences, the outside world that keep us from reminding ourselves and remembering that strength, that innate strength that we're born with. So we have to remind ourselves daily of our worth. So we go from what the fuck is wrong with me to what is right with me. There is nothing wrong with us. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me. As human beings, we're designed to change, to evolve. Some of us just need help along the way. And I'm here to help. I'm here to help because I was there. I was there in a rut, depressed, anxious, angry, resentful, feeling and acting, behaving like a victim, like that little child I was back in kindergarten that couldn't speak up for herself, that didn't know how to speak up for herself. So I was that, and now I'm thriving. Self-doubt, it doesn't go away. It doesn't go away, but the strength that we have, that's in us, that God blessed us with, when we're born with that strength, we just have to remind ourselves that we are enough and that we are worthy. So I'm on here to introduce myself, to reintroduce myself. Hi, Nick. To let you know a little bit about my journey, and you can definitely listen and watch the replay and let me know your thoughts. Let me know a little bit maybe of your journey. If you want to email me, book a call, send me an instant message, feel free to. No judgment, nothing needed on your part to be prepared. This is just a little introduction, reintroduction of myself. Thank you, Nick. To let you know that I was there. Sometimes I still go back, but I have the skills and the tools needed in life that sometimes not all of us have been taught. Sometimes all of us have not been given those tools and those words of affirmation or encouragement throughout our life, because maybe our parents weren't there, or physically and mentally. They were struggling and dealing with their own shit, let alone help us. So we're still dealing with all that. And I'd like to leave on this note. We all know that it takes a village to raise a child. We all have that child within us that may not have had that village to raise us. And we're broken. We're trying to heal. So it's going to take another village to heal and help raise that inner child that is hurting, that does hurt still, that needs that village. And a lot of times we don't know how to ask for help, or that we even need help, because we're so used to just dealing with the shit, dealing and coping and just getting and barely surviving that day. So let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Have a blessed day. It's Wednesday, hump day, yay, yay. And I will see you again tomorrow. Enjoy.